Hello, Alice here from That in Budget, and I had to go back to my closing of October to figure out what happened, and basically my starting balance for November is lower than what I guesstimated, than what I had. It was an error in transcribing the information. If I have $150 in my first account, I cannot add it because I added it to sinking funds. So I have to subtract it. I know it's there, but it has a purpose and it's due on the 15th. So I have to be very, very careful not to spend the $150. So when I transcribed the $787.75 to the beginning of November, my calculations were off. So I had to fix that. I was off 150, and I said, where did I go wrong? We're talking about $150, and I forgot that I had set aside in that account $150 for my rent. And the only way I figured it out is going back to my closing, and when I saw it, I said, there it goes. That's $150. I did not write a note on it. So I was like, I have $150 and I don't know for what it is for. Well, yeah. So I had to fix it, and that's why you see a lot of white out. But that's done, and we will be closing out the first week of November. Let me set that aside. And instead of $700 and somewhat dollars, it's $637.75 my rollover for this week. My income, I only received my paycheck for one job. The other one should be paid the upcoming week. Transfers between accounts is for my car insurance. It's paid this week. It's taken out of my credit card every 3 months. So it's a trimester payment of $159. As you know, I save $160, I think it is. I save for that. So every month I have a remaining $1 to add to my buffer. Okay, so now we have a total amount of my income for this week is $637.75. I had my Thanksgiving meal with my kids this past weekend. Basically because they're going on vacation and I'm babysitting for 3 cats. So that's what I'll be doing on Thanksgiving. I'll be here all alone. But that's fine. They're going to the parade, so my daughter hasn't seen it, so she's gonna enjoy that pretty much. And I told her to dress up for the weather and to wake up very early in order to get a good view space. Okay, let me know what you guys are doing for this Thanksgiving, if you're with the family or friends. Now, without further ado, let's continue with this budget for this week from the 1st to the 7th. And we have roll over. My income was $716, which is the usual. That would be a total income of $1,353.75. Of that, I paid my cell phone, Netflix, and my utilities for the electricity. That came out to $353.20. I had budgeted $361, and as you know, budgeted $300 for my light, and it came out to $292.20. So now I subtract $353.20 and have $1,055 remaining in order to pay my debt, which is my upcoming category. And I did pay, I have budgeted $80, so I paid $160. I do have a transaction that ends the grace period for no interest, ends now in December. December 8th. So I'm going to be paying this, paying a little extra until I complete, I think, the balance that's due for December. I have one due for December, one due on January in my PayPal, and one due on February. And then that credit card will be paid off. Hopefully, I plan better my shopping. So I'm held accountable for it. You guys are seeing it. Let's see if I can do it. And what else? My car insurance, which is trimester taken out of my MasterCard. I do that in my MasterCard because that gives me cash back. So I am using that one. I'm trying to use it better than the PayPal one. Trying. So then I'll be subtracting $319 from $1,055 and end up with $681.55. Then I proceed to my variable spending. And in my variable spending, I did spend for my wallet, but I also spent in my bank account, my ATM. Set that aside. Oh, can't set it that far because I need it. Then I proceed to verify how much is available in my wallet and how much I spent. So for tips, I did not spend anything. For my lunches, I spent $24.11. I have remaining $5.89. For my gasoline, I spent $30, have remaining $20. For my home category, I spent $29.44 and have remaining $20.56. My groceries, I did not have anything left over. For my treat yourself, I did not spend, so I have $10. For my coffee, I did not spend, I still have $2. For my date night, $6, I did not spend. For my fun category, I did spend $15. For my pet, I did not spend. She still has snacks available and food. I think on the 3rd week of November, probably, I will be buying or stocking up on food and snacks for her. For my beauty category, I did not have an appointment, but for this Saturday I will. So my rollover for that category is 180. I have a total of 281.45 remaining in my wallet. And for my spending, I spent $194.29. I overspent in miscellaneous because I did not budget for that. Excuse me. But I did spend $95.74 in three transactions. So we're going to subtract $681.55, our variable spending, which is $194.29, and end up with $487.26. Then I proceed to separate $150 more in my first account for my rent, because that will be due in my second week of November. So that has to be in the bank available. So then I subtract 150 from this balance and end up with 337.26 that you see right here. When I verified my accounts, in my first account, obviously, I have $344.81, but $300 I have to set aside for my rent. So my balance that I can work with is $44.81 in my first account. So we're gonna take 4,481, and what I have in my wallet remaining is $281.45. And in my second account, I have $11 because I paid off $159 for my car insurance. Plus $11. And that gives me a total of $337.26, which is my rollover for my second week in November. This is my starting balance for my second week in November. I also can verify this amount subtracting my income, verifying my total income, and I subtract all my expenses or categories that I have here, and should end up with the same amount. So let's do that. I spent $150, which I separated for my rent. I spent from my variable spending $194.29, $319 in my snowball, and for my bills $353.20, and that's a total of spending of $1,016.49. Once I have that tallied up, then I proceed to subtract my spending from my total income, which is $1,353.75, and I end up with $337.26. So my budget came out perfectly, and this will be my rollover for November. 8th to the 14th, right? Yeah. 8th to the 14th. As you can see, on the 8th, I got paid. And we will be discussing this next week in my next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, activate that bell, and I'll see you in my next video where I will be discussing and closing out the 8th the 8th to the 14th of November, where I made another snowball. I thought I was going to take out investment, but I didn't. So I'll see you in my next closing. Remember, happy Thanksgiving, guys. Bye.